Hello, everyone. This is Kelly Beard of KarmicTools.com, and this is your weekly forecast for August 1st through the 7th of 2021. Now, this week is packed and personal, so try to get some time to yourself here and there where you can to consciously process these activations. Basically, what you have to keep in mind for this year and next, while Saturn's in Aquarius and Uranus remains in Taurus, during Leo, Aquarius, and Taurus, Scorpio times of year, when the Sun and Mercury and Venus and Mars, everybody goes through there in the personal planets, that's when we get engaged with that bigger cycle and with that bigger pattern. So just know that this year and next, we are releasing things permanently and anchoring things permanently. So we do want to be conscious. And the first two activations are Mercury on August 1st, which is Sunday. And so we're opening up with, let's say, mental processing, the ideas, concepts, and thoughts going on right now, and how you communicate and express is getting a new initiation to do it in a new way. Mercury links up with the Sun in two different ways. Once when it's retrograde, once when it's direct. It's direct right now. So this is the new beginning, the first new beginning after it did its thing, resetting things in Gemini, clarifying things in Cancer. Now it hits Leo and starts a whole new cycle. So Mercury conjunct Sun, this energy will compel you to express yourself on many levels. Communication will be a focus. Just make sure it's reciprocated. What I mean is two-way communication and exchange of ideas. As you initiate this new cycle of self-expression, you will have access to some powerful energy that can and probably will help you make a difference or an impression on others if you need to. This is a good time to travel if possible too. However, if not physically, then mentally through visualization or within your own area locally, because if you explore a new direction, you are more likely to discover something new. This energy opens you up to a download of more information than usual, so pay attention. If you are solid and organized, you may even gain some much-deserved recognition from others that you have earned through your individual efforts. So this is the illumination. This is one of those times when we're our most magnetic, right? On the other side of that means that Mercury and Sun together are opposing Saturn. So that's a big deal, because as you reset your consciousness and what you're presenting to the world and what you're spending your energy on, it's across the way from Saturn and Aquarius asking us to integrate into our reality and purpose in some way, to make it real in some way, to cultivate containers or boundaries of some sort. And if we do, then we can be successful and productive. If we shirk responsibility or try to take shortcuts or don't face reality in some kind of way or own our part in certain things that are going on around us, then it's also shining a bright light on that and asking you to get that together. So first, Mercury is going to link up with Saturn and then the Sun. So we integrate the ideas first, and then we figure out how to work them into our system somehow. Here, the opposition is between your thoughts and your reality. This is Mercury opposed Saturn on August 1st, which is still Sunday. This is a very big Sunday, Monday energetically. So like I said, the opposition is between your thoughts and your reality or current responsibilities. It is also about your mental and physical getting integrated on some level. Are you working too hard, causing mental or physical exhaustion? Are you too stuck in idea mode, delaying actions and actual commitments? It's time to take a realistic look at your life to see where you could change your mind and your reality would follow. You may find yourself asking what your truth and purpose really are, or you may be concerned about how to provide for your basic essential needs and why you have been constantly limited in that way. Everything can seem bleak and depressing, but really, it is just the universe's way of getting your attention and helping you to focus on what really matters. You're being pushed to think of new ways to function on a practical level. Okay, so this is where we have to be creative, critical thinkers. To work with Saturn, if we use our mind correctly to map out the steps that Saturn wants us to take and then take them, we will be rewarded in a literal way with tangible rewards, whatever that may be. It could be food and shelter. It could be cash money. It could be some other kind of personal security of some sort by your own definition. Something that stabilizes your life and makes you able to expand more than usual, let's say. So, when we say everything can seem bleak and depressing, that of course is Saturn and the monkey mind, okay? So if you are a doom and gloomer or you're prone to the dark side, then you have to consciously push yourself to use this Leo energy to lighten up your energy field so that you can see something positive or something creative that can come out of the things that are not working or feeling limited, right? Because that's Saturn too, where we kind of feel held back by the elbows. In this case, it's Mercury, so it has to have something to do with your thinking or ideas. Basically, we're being pushed to think of new ways to function. You may feel like leaving a mate or partner at this time, but it's not really the best time to actually act on this impulse. This is when you become aware of it. And then you, like we said with Saturn, you strategize, you create an exit strategy that serves you and protects you and helps you make a clean break so that you're not creating more karma, okay? Also part of Saturn's domain. Wait until this energy passes and give yourself some time to clear that negative thinking that is actually coloring your judgment at this time. If you feel this way in another week or two, then begin to plan releasing this person in the healthiest, most compassionate possible way so as not to create more karma that you will have to deal with later. What this energy is good for is giving you the ability to see what is wrong and connect to a positive, realistic way of creating change for the better. If you are still unsure about what direction to take, this energy also supports consulting a person you respect, usually someone older and or more experienced, for guidance and support. So, Saturn's known as the great teacher and very often represents the authorities in our lives and who we look up to and learn from, essentially from day one. Initially, it's our parents, and then it's our teachers, and then it's our partners, and then it's the world, right? So, like I said, this is just illuminating which ideas will work and which ones will not. Let's not be mad about it. Let's just pour our energy into the ideas that do work. The very next day, the 2nd, is Monday. Like I said earlier, the Sun is going to oppose Saturn. This is an annual process of development, okay? So the Sun opposes Saturn every year. Every year. It just depends on what sign Saturn's in that tell us when the Sun is going to hit it. So right now, for the 2.5 years that Saturn is in Aquarius, every year, and maybe 3 times, sometimes it happens, but most of the time it's 2 solid times that the Sun gets to reset things with Saturn, and that's a beautiful thing to work with consciously. So as the Sun moves through Leo this year and next, you should have a great opportunity to stabilize your foundation in a certain kind of way. So this annual process of development that we're about to dive into does make it personal, and it is about you, the individual. Saturn helps you move your timeline along and build the literal aspects of life, the basics of providing for yourself, food, shelter, etc., and your own personal limitations. What renewed aspect of self got activated about 6 months ago, basically when the Sun was in Aquarius? It initiated a new reality with Saturn that, again, it can only do 2 years in a row, once in 30. Okay, so this is a huge opportunity for everyone to work with your Leo Aquarius departments of life. So what did you initiate back in January, February? And how do you want that to fully develop by next January, February, over the next 6 months? This is a potent midpoint, the most powerful course correcting time in any cycle. This one being an annual meeting between Sun and Saturn, a checkpoint between you and your responsibilities. Each year you evolve, some years more consciously than others, so this is a good time to check in with your own personal definitions of what you are or are no longer responsible for. Often this energy activates a push-pull between who you are and who you want to be, between what you want to do and what you have to do. My age-old advice is do what you gotta do so you can do what you want to do, okay? With Saturn, like I said, if we take care of our responsibilities up front, we are rewarded on the back end. And while it may not be the easiest path, it's usually worth it for the peace of mind that it brings. You may swing between extremes of fulfilling all your obligations to the neglect of your own truth and purpose, or neglecting your obligations and doing whatever you choose, which only means those obligations will be there when you get to them, and they will have most likely increased by the time you do. Balance, of course, is the key. In any opposition, we are looking for that middle ground. Practice. There is no perfection, and it's time to practice handling business before pleasure. Deep breath. Then Tuesday, Venus and Mercury get in on the game. We had Mercury and Sun at first. Now we got Venus and Mercury engaging Uranus and Taurus. So with Venus, because she's in Virgo, she's a trine to Uranus. This is so juicy, y'all. We can really break out of certain things right now in a way that's not always feasible. So this energy is likely to bring a little excitement into your life one way or another. Look at your Virgo and Taurus departments for where it might happen. It is a good time to do something different. Try something new and consciously put yourself in situations where you have to improvise or think on your feet. We are in times of breaking old patterns and resetting them in more positive, effective ways. You can still live your true values and priorities, but something has changed within. This blessing from the cosmos also allows you to align with more personal authenticity, which in turn is infused into all that you love and treasure. Relationships will have an unusual energy to them as well. An established relationship might get shaken up or sparkle with some extra spice, or a new relationship begun under this influence may be stimulating and unusual, but probably short-lived too. Mercury and the Sun, or this is Venus, they all move pretty fast. This is not a bad thing. It usually is perfect for improvising and experimenting with new ideas and expressions to see what you actually respond to and what others respond to, what your heart aligns with and responds to, all helps you lock in on your current truth and purpose on a whole new level. Use this energy to soak up some good energy and rare wisdom from those who are unique and do things differently and live life to the fullest. Deep breath. So, the same day that Venus has this ease and grace with Uranus, which means any changes going on in your relationships or finances, it's going to work out as long as you don't resist the change, right? Then you're good to go. The same day, though, lower mind, higher mind, Mercury is the micro to the Uranus macro here. So this energy challenges you to expand your mind and consciousness in a way, pushing you to think differently and respond to information in new ways. Uranus brings sudden aha moments, personal awareness, and radical new ideas, which is great for you adventurous souls who thrive on change and new ideas. However, if you are personally attached to your routine and things going as planned, then this energy can cause aggravation and tax your nervous system because things will seem sudden, even though it is more likely that they've already been brewing under the surface for some time now. Deep breath. Anything brought into your conscious awareness, it's just time. Let's deal with it. Let's face it, deal with it, and move on. You will have to adjust and be more open and mentally flexible than usual under this influence, okay? You may not be able to control the excessive mental activity or information overload coming in, but hopefully you can direct it a bit. It's good to activate or clean your personal filters by taking some time in nature to process things at your own pace and generally clear your head. This can be a very inspiring and creative time, so try to tune into that while keeping in mind that anything you begin or get into may require a review later so that you can check over the details of your revelations or creations. You're just cracking the surface. This is all about the revelation or awakening that you will eventually have to figure out the logistics or effective actions necessary to bring your ideas into form later. Right now, we're just waking up. Then we can figure out what to do. So that's all on the 3rd, which is Tuesday. Then we skip to Thursday. Thursday is my monthly Venus circle. This month's theme is Virgo. We are reclaiming at the heart chakra All are welcome. Those with strong Virgo, Pisces, and Gemini Sag are being affected most directly, or at least those houses in your chart are getting an initiation from the Venus and Moon contact that happens on August 11th, which is a very powerful day. We're gathering on Thursday, August 5th, and you're more than welcome to join us. So I actually uploaded our story this month, which is King Solomon and Lady Wisdom, to YouTube and Instagram. It's a little bit longer than usual because I also included an invitation to the Venus Circle. So check that out and join us if you feel called. That's Thursday. And then Friday is August 6th, and that's when Sun squares off with Uranus. Okay, so first it opposes Saturn. We got to do some integration work, and then we got to change something. I don't know what. It's customized for everyone. As with any Uranus activation, this one disrupts the normal flow in order to facilitate what I call a break to realign moment. While sometimes disruptive and challenging, the ultimate result is refreshing in some way. Consider the energy that thickens gathering for a severe thunderstorm, then releasing buckets of rain for hours and hours. You sleep deeply and awaken to a bright sunny morning with the birds chirping unusually loud outside your window. Got the visual? This activation is the necessary challenge that gets your attention that something better is available if you're willing to improvise and think on your feet, or basically change something. If you've been unusually restricted in some way, you may feel restless. Rather than being reactive to the unexpected shift, within or without, it's best to take a pause for the cause, step back, and try to gain some perspective. Remember to be present. Too far in the past can be depressing, and too far in the future, and you cause yourself unnecessary anxiety. Breathe, be under the sky, invite clarity about the next step, and trust your gut. This energy, while sometimes uncomfortable and often sudden, is very necessary to disrupt any delusions that you may be holding on to at this time. It's time to express yourself in new ways so the old ways naturally stop working in order to get your attention. Deep breath. And that is Friday. So Saturday is our Leo gate. So here's what's up, y'all. The Leo gate is technically very late Friday night, early Saturday morning, depending on what time zone you're in. And then basically 24 hours in between. So yeah, it's about 20 hours between the Leo gate of power and the Leo new moon. So Cinnamon Rose and I are getting together to collaborate, and it's going to be so much fun. Saturday, August 7th, 4:30 Pacific, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. So it's late afternoon, early evening on Saturday. We're asking for a $22 donation, but all are welcome. If you have it, that's awesome. Please invite others. This is one of those open to the whole community events. We're combining her community and my community. We've done it a couple times, but we're about to be doing it more often. So we would like to find the cohorts that like this vibration that Cinnamon and I produce when we're together. It's pretty juicy and delicious. One of the magical things about this sacred season is that we get to anchor something in the heart. We get to release some aspect of self permanently, and we get to prepare for the Virgo pre-harvest process, which so depends on you being centered in your own heart and clear in your own mind. This Leo gate of power falls almost exactly on the Leo new moon, which is also kicking off a whole new 18-month rhythm of creation for all of us as individuals. I will share the value of the season, the energetic support for the next 6 weeks, and some specific rare activations that we all have access to at this powerful portal in time. We will also cover the 4 different kinds of self-love and self-worth that Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio represent. Cinnamon Rose is going to share her intuitive downloads for this sacred season and walk us through a reboot and reconnection of both the physical body and the energetic being that we are as spirits having a human experience. Cinnamon is known for channeling an amazing combination of meditation and shamanic journey, whatever you call it. She will assist us all in being able to go forward and embody and express our brand new story that reflects the new truth and purpose being birthed at this time through each one of us. Join us so you can be part of our unique alchemical mix of energies setting the season in motion. You can offer your energies to the community and Mother Earth, or you can come and simply receive for your individual self. Leo time is all about you. So I say that this sacred season is about assessments and preservation of life. So whatever's working, we want to keep that strong, and whatever's not, we want to clear it out of the way so it's not sucking resources that we need to keep the good stuff going. So we have some bullets here. Giving gratitude for the abundance you already have always invites more. Making offerings to ensure flow and life. Releasing regrets and facilitating closure. Pre-harvest assessments and preparations. Creating containers for your creative ideas. Activating fiery creativity and new projects or renewing old projects, depending on where you're at. Deepening dedication to what is working and alive, and assessing the worth of preserving and cultivating new life. This period is all about preserving what is growing strong, solid, useful, and nourishing, while releasing density, weight, and excess to be composted into something more useful in the season to come. It's a time of gratitude and celebration, in anticipation of the fall equinox season of harvest. Some call this the pre-harvest. You can get a jump start on assessing the year if you have completed your clearing and releasing process. If not, this is the final purge in preparation for the harvest season. The Leo-Virgo combination guides this cross quarter, sometimes called Lammas, the gate of power and portal, that happens every year during the first week of August, and takes us all the way to Libra time and fall equinox. For the next 6 weeks, the energy supports you reconnecting with your own heart, which leads to and through a purification and healing of sorts through Virgo, because you are now embodying and expressing a whole new you. It's time to position yourself for an expanded perspective. Explore your options with fresh eyes. Allow your instincts to guide you on your path, and trust the divine feminine within and around you to contain, nurture, and protect all life now and always. Honor that which sustains us, and always aim your magical arrow at only the most precious dreams, your deepest heart's desires. So, deep breath. We are activating a sacred season. We have 8 sacred seasons: winter, spring, summer, fall. It's very active. There's lots of choices and decisions and things that we have to do. Whereas the gates of power are Leo, Aquarius, and Taurus, Scorpio, the fixed signs. This is where we anchor and release permanently. There is a rhythm to the year, and I've shared this with you all before, and I'll probably share it on the calls as well when we do the gate of power. But like I said, the winter, spring, summer, fall, we make those choices and decisions, and then the gates, we do the anchoring. In between is Virgo, Pisces, Gemini, Sag. That's our processing energy. So catch the rhythm. We process before we make our choices and decisions at winter, spring, summer, fall. And then once we make our choices and decisions, we have to anchor something. We have to make a commitment. And then it goes back into processing. So we go from Leo to Virgo. Now we're processing through our physical body. How much can our system actually handle is this time of year every year. So I will point you back to the goddess videos. I am having fun reminding you all that they are there. For those of you who haven't heard them, I did Hathor, Hecate, Lilith was very powerful, and Artemis. And I'm working on Oya and Sirius right now. So check those out, because they were created for Leo Virgo time, exactly where we are now 1 year ago. But they're very good suggestions for what you could get into right now that would support you during the season. And like I said, we'll talk about some of this when I'm with Cinnamon. And for those of you interested, from Shanta's Compassionate Wisdom Circle, she said she's thinking about it, and we might do a Leo Gate thing with Shanta's Circle as well. So you all reach out to me or Shanta directly and let us know if you want to do that. But keep in touch and know that we're in a shift of seasons, and that there's lots of activity and flurry, and this week is not any exception, because we do have Sun, Mercury, and Venus all working us primarily with that Saturn Uranus. So remember, the ultimate filter to run everything through is, does the old traditional way work better and make more sense or not? Or does something radically new and different make more sense? You know, we just have to ask the question in the moment, because sometimes it's going to be one and sometimes it's going to be the other. So we need to use that filter on a regular basis while these two are engaged, which is throughout the year. We do have some pretty special alignments this year that are clearly reshaping our reality as individuals, socially, collectively, all of the above, okay? And we're all trying to just position ourselves to be strong and healthy enough to handle whatever comes, right? That's the idea of doing the community shifts together, gathering to offer our energy and prayers to set the tone for the next 6 weeks. And that signature is very special and, oh, by the way, ruled by Cancer. So there is something very deep about the self-care that has to kick into play over the next 6 weeks for everyone. So wherever you've neglected yourself the most, go there and tend to it over the next 6 weeks. And join Cinnamon and I, who are going to definitely get together and have a live Zoom Saturday, August 7th at 4:30 p.m. Pacific time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. And she's really magical, y'all. We're going to have so much fun together. And we're going to be doing more of this. So I would love to introduce you to our combo. So you can register on my site, karmictools.com. There's a link in this blog, a link on the emails. It's going to be everywhere, of course. But if you need to find it or you're hearing this somewhere else, it's on karmictools.com under offerings, under live and virtual circles is the first one, 2021 Leo Gate of Power. That's what we're hooking up. That's where you want to go register. And if you can contribute the $22, that would be awesome. And we would be deeply grateful. But we are all going to gather no matter what. Energy exchange is a beautiful thing. And come join us if you need that uplifting time. Cinnamon and I both have lots of goodies to share and suggestions for getting through this season with wholeness and ease and grace. And just consciously resetting the rhythm. Remember what I said earlier. It's a new 18-month rhythm of creation, how we work with the moon to make anything happen. So it's a good time to pause and check in. And the whole Leo Aquarius lunation is underway, which is also locking us into that Saturn-Uranus dynamic as well. So it's pretty personal, y'all. Even if you're like me and don't have a lot of fixed energy, it's still activating those houses and stirring up those areas of life. And so that's where the change is happening. Wherever your Aquarius and Taurus houses are, they're working it out. And by default, that brings in the Leo and Scorpio departments. So if you've got anything there, that's what's being all stirred up during this time. And it will again when we get to Scorpio time, and it will again when we get to Aquarius time in the new year. And so just being ready for these times of year. So that's our week, y'all. Thank you so much for being part of my community. Thanks for listening. Do reach out if you have any questions or can't find the links or what have you. I am going to post, again, like I said, on Instagram and YouTube are my only kind of social media platforms that I'm on. And there is lots of fun stuff there for those of you who like videos. My handle on Instagram is The Sacred Sandbox. And my channel for YouTube is Karmic Tools, of course. So that's it, everybody. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic week. This is Kelly Beard of Karmic Tools signing off.